to Hawaii's Best podcast, where we help you prepare for your next trip to Hawaii. Discover the experiences, businesses, and stories that make Hawaii the Aloha state. And now, your host, Brian Murphy.
Aloha, everyone, and thank you so much again for joining us on another episode of Hawaii's Best. This is a special Aloha Friday mini episode. Today, we are joined with our cultural practitioner, Kahanui. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good.
The unofficial culture practitioner for Hawaii's Best.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Today, we are talking about May Day, also known as Lei Day in Hawaii, which is happening tomorrow, May 1st, every single year. And we thought it'd be cool just to get on here real quick and talk a little bit about some of the history of May Day, but also what a typical May Day usually looks like in Hawaii and how you can participate a little bit tomorrow virtually.
Yeah. And
Kahanui is going to talk a little bit about what that looks like. But let's start with a brief overview of May Day, specifically in Hawaii. What is May Day all about?
I guess if we look back, I know the first May Day was held May 1st, 1928. I think it was two writers or two poets, I think, that started it or had the idea to kind of celebrate not only May Day, but also have lei involved into May Day. I think her name was Grace Tower Warren, but she first had the idea to celebrate Lei Day on May Day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if this was a typical year, we would have lots of different celebrations around on each island.
Yeah.
That would celebrate the art of lei making and just leis in general. Hawaii is synonymous with that beautiful thing that we call a lei. But for me, lei is the gift, the act of giving a lei is very traditionally Hawaiian, just making your own lei from the flowers that you pick, having good intentions, and then also gifting a person with a lei is very a Hawaii thing. But many Polynesian cultures also have their own style of lei as well,
What's a little bit about just the lei in general? And that's probably a whole episode in itself, but just the meaning of the lei and the purpose of a lei.
Yeah. Leis can be made with all types of different flowers or foliage. But for me, I think when you make a lei, the best thing to keep in mind is the kind of material that you use.
Okay.
Make sure it's appropriate for the person that you're giving the lei to. And also the intention. So if you're making your own lei or if you're even buying a lei, that throughout the whole process that you have a good thought and a good intention. No negative thoughts, because that kind of goes into your gift. And when you give it to that person, the negativity can also fall on that person, which is, just a good thing to think about when you create anything. And, most people are familiar with the traditional flower lei, which is a lei kui, that they just string different flowers together. But there are so many types of leis in Hawaiian culture. I guess a few ones that I can point out to you that maybe in recent years have become a little bit more popular is the haku lei. You want to try with me? Haku. So a haku lei is when, maybe you've seen it before, you have a whole bunch of, I guess you start with raffia or whatever kind of material you want to weave together, and then you just keep adding different flowers or leaves or foliage to your lei, and you just keep wrapping it up, and then it becomes a whole colorful lei that a lot of people wear on their head, which you would call a lei po'o. But that whole style of braiding things together would be the haku lei.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we have that one. We have a lei vili, which is more kind of a twisting lei where you twist different materials together. So mostly we use that with the tea leaf or the la'i, and we twist the different leaves together. Those are two of the other types of leis rather than just the lei kui that we have.
Right. The proper way to wear a lei, not tie it against the neck, or it's more kind of loose.
Yeah, you probably just rested, not evenly, but maybe rested pretty well on your shoulders where you still have some behind your back, a little bit more, than just right up against your neck. But I mean, again, you can wear it however you want, but just don't
turn it down.
Throw it away or don't.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of mentioned it when we first started. What's it like I guess, quote, normal year typically look like across the islands on May 1st?
Normally, we would have different celebrations island-wide, statewide. which include like, let's say for Oahu, we usually have a concert down at the Kapi'olani Park in Waikiki in the bandstand. So we have live music throughout the entire day. We have a lei contest where people bring their different leis and, they get judged on which one's the nicest or which one's the most traditional, that kind of stuff. We have some hula performances and different, craft and all kinds of stuff. Also, usually I think it's around January or February, they do a lei court. This is when they choose the lei queen and also 2 lei princesses to, I would say, like kind of like a, like a beauty pageant. But this one's more specifically based on a couple categories. One is hula. The second one is their lei making ability and also like an interview portion. So they choose the court in February, January. And then for May, they're pretty much the lei queen. They're the ambassador of Aloha for that day. That kind of stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's, just a thing that I've always grown up with. And I've always, I was just like, oh, May Day is Lei Day. That's always been a thing. But not realizing that everywhere around the world didn't have the lei tradition that we do. So
gotcha. Obviously, tomorrow is going to look a little different. However, it'll look probably drastically different than last year because last year at this time, we were a month into the pandemic. I can't remember what the festivities were last year virtually, but tomorrow, love to hear, just kind of give us a teaser of what to expect because your band is part of this and has been a part of this May Day celebration the last couple of years, yeah?
Yeah. For the past 3 years, we've been doing our own version of May Day. And if you're familiar with the Brothers Casimiro, they're a very popular Hawaiian duo, 2 brothers that were kind of pioneers for many people in Hawaiian music and in the Hawaiian music industry. But they started the May Day tradition. Every May 1st, they had a huge concert with hula, all the whole shebang at the Waikiki Shell. So they started the tradition. And luckily, we were able to be gifted the May Day concert from Robert Casimiro, who my other 2 bandmates, Zach and Nick, they danced for his halau. So it was like, I want to pass this on to you folks, do with it how you please, but just uphold the tradition of May Day. So the first year we had it, we did an actual live concert at the convention center. When he was singing Napapalai, we had Kahula Nui, actual with an audience. Then the year after, we wanted to do the same kind of thing, but unfortunately, coronavirus appeared out of nowhere. So we had to think fast, and we ended up doing it virtually. So, a cool concert, including some of Hawaii's top talent. And this year is going to be the same thing. So we have a few of our favorites, including Robert Casimiro again. We have Manu Boyd. We have the Ha'i Ha'i Girls. Of course, hula dancers as well. And we're going to be traveling around the island of Oahu. Our theme this year is called Maka'ikai. Maka'ikai, which means to explore or to visit. And that's what we kind of want to promote, is more of a culturally responsible way of looking at tourism. We've been having these deep talks about, travel Pono and coming to the Hawaiian Islands and being responsible when you travel. So, this is kind of the thing. We chose 3 different spots around the island of Oahu that, you can go and visit and learn about the places, not just go there and take a picture and forget about it the next day. One of the places is being Helumoa in Waikiki, where we had lunch that one day. Yeah. There's so many history in that place, and we can learn so much just by walking around and reading the signs that are there. But also you can learn a lot from the mele and the songs that we have here in Hawaii. So I know that's kind of a long sneak peek, but yeah.
No, that's great. I'm looking forward to tuning in. I know I've seen a few sneak peeks that you guys have been posting. How can people tune in and be a part of it?
Yeah, so if you're in Hawaii, it's going to be on Channel 7, KGMB. It's going to start at 6 o'clock on May 1st. But if you're not, we're going to be showing it online, streaming. You can check our Facebook, Keoho Band, but you can also go to Hawaii News Now, and they'll be there.
Yeah, how else can people check out your band?
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Keoho Band. Pretty simple. And then also our website is keohoband.com. If you want to hear more of our music too, we're on all of the streaming platforms and all of the iTunes, all that good stuff. So please support Please support your struggling musicians.
And we'll link all that below in the show notes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you're going to be joining us by watching the virtual May Day concert, don't forget to wear a lei. If you have a old like kukui nut lei lying around, or if you're able to make your own lei, that's part of the whole process, is to make a lei, wear a lei, and also give a lei to someone that you love and that you hold dear to you. So don't forget to wear your lei tomorrow and sing along and dance along with us to our songs here in Hawaii.
Appreciate that. Kahanui, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks again for tuning in today and on this special Aloha Friday episode with our cultural practitioner, Kahanui. And just want to say thanks again for being a part of this community, and look forward to celebrating Lei Day tomorrow. And be sure to wear a lei, give a lei, make a lei. Until next time, be well. Aloha.
Aloha.
Thanks for listening to Hawaii's Best podcast. To stay up to date on future episodes, be sure to subscribe. For more information to help you plan your next trip to Hawaii, visit hawaiisbesttravel.com.
It's Aloha Friday, got me feeling all irate. It's the weekend finally, we gotta celebrate.